In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 22nd, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Houston Rockets versus Toronto Raptors. It's an interconference battle on the basketball court as 2 teams in drastically different playoff scenarios face off north of the border. The Houston Rockets hit the road to clash with the Toronto Raptors on Sunday night. Houston enters the game riding high after a commanding 133-113 victory over the New Orleans Pelicans at home on Thursday night, where they easily covered the spread as 9.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, Toronto suffered a tough 101-94 defeat at home to the Brooklyn Nets that same evening, failing to meet expectations as 2-point favorites. In the all-time regular season series between these teams, the Rockets hold a slight edge with a 30-26 record. Last season, the teams split their 2 meetings, with Toronto claiming a 107-104 victory at home in their latest matchup on February 9, 2024. On the injury front, Houston is still monitoring the availability of Tari Eason, while Toronto has ruled out Jakob Poeltl and listed Davion Mitchell as questionable for this contest. The Rockets have been a model of consistency throughout the season, as evidenced by their dominant performance against the Pelicans on Thursday. Conversely, the Raptors are struggling to find their footing, entering this game on the heels of a 6-game losing streak, including a dispiriting loss to a struggling Nets team in their most recent outing. Toronto's woes are further compounded by their position in the standings, where they sit 14th in the Eastern Conference, with only the Washington Wizards below them. Missing key starters like Poeltl and Quickly, the Raptors appear ill-equipped to handle a Rockets squad brimming with depth, talent, and a formidable defensive identity. Although Houston's road record sits at a modest 7-5, Toronto has hardly been dominant at home, going just 6-9 at Scotiabank Arena. The Rockets enter this game with momentum and a healthier roster, giving them a decisive edge over the faltering Raptors. While the Raptors have won 5 of their last 6 meetings with the Rockets, their current struggles with injuries, inconsistency, and overall form make them difficult to trust against a solid Houston team. The Rockets are riding a wave of success, delivering strong defensive performances and sporting a solid 17-10 record against the spread this season. The Raptors would need more favorable circumstances to be considered a viable pick in this matchup. Given their form and depth, the Houston Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. When it comes to totals, Houston has stayed under the projected number in 14 of their 27 games this season leading into Saturday. The Rockets rank 6th in the league in turnovers, averaging just 13.4 per game, and are 14th in tempo with an average of 99.3 possessions per game. Meanwhile, Toronto has seen the under-hit in 15 of their 28 games this season, and they entered this matchup ranking 22nd in turnovers with an average of 16.1 per contest. The Raptors play at an above-average pace, sitting 11th in tempo with 99.4 possessions per game. Both teams are middle of the road in terms of pace, and while Houston boasts a stout defense, their offense has been less impressive. The Rockets rank 15th in offensive rating and are among the league's worst in 3-point shooting, converting just 32.8% of their attempts, which is 27th in the NBA. Additionally, both teams excel in rebounding, ranking in the top 5 in rebounding percentage, meaning easy baskets and second-chance opportunities will likely be rare. With Houston's defensive prowess and Toronto's offensive struggles, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Pacers versus Sacramento Kings. The NBA season rolls on this Sunday with an exciting interconference matchup, as the Indiana Pacers prepare to face off against the Sacramento Kings in what promises to be an intriguing contest. The Pacers are still dealing with some injury concerns, as Isaiah Jackson remains out, and Ben Shepherd is listed as questionable for the game. On the other hand, the Kings are fortunate to have a clean bill of health, with no players appearing on their injury report heading into the game. Despite these injury differences, both teams will look to make an impact on the court. Indiana began the season with some struggles but has shown significant improvement as the year has gone on. Their recent victory over the Phoenix Suns on Thursday was a testament to their potential, as they appeared much more cohesive and confident. Meanwhile, Sacramento, despite having one of the healthiest rosters in the league, has not been able to build any consistent momentum. Their season has been marked by fluctuations in performance, leaving fans and analysts alike puzzled by their underwhelming results. Although the Kings are statistically ranked highly and possess a talented roster, those metrics haven't translated into consistent wins. Adding to their woes is their subpar performance at home, where they hold a disappointing 6-10 record, making their home court, the Golden One Center, far from a fortress. In contrast, the Pacers are on a hot streak, having won 3 consecutive games. This matchup doesn't quite add up, especially considering the Sacramento Kings' struggles. Despite their impressive roster, they have lost 3 games in a row and will be playing their second game in as many days. Their struggles are reflected in their 10-18-1 against the spread record for the season. Things are so uncertain for the Kings that rumors have started circulating about the potential trade of De'Aaron Fox. The Pacers, while not immune to their own issues, have been on a roll recently, quietly winning 4 of their last 5 games. When their offense clicks, they are capable of competing with any team in the league. This resurgence suggests that the Pacers are beginning to find their rhythm, and they could very well pull off an outright win in this game. While it's understandable why the Kings are favored at home, the fact that they're playing on the second night of a back-to-back set opens the door for an upset. Given the current form of both teams, it's clear that the Pacers are trending in a more positive direction. So the Indiana Pacers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. As mentioned earlier, the underlying metrics show that the Kings are still a solid team. They currently rank 8th in offensive efficiency, averaging 113 points per 100 possessions. The Pacers are not far behind, sitting at 12th with 111 points per 100 possessions. This offensive firepower sets the stage for a high-scoring game. In terms of pace, both teams are among the fastest in the league, ensuring plenty of opportunities for scoring. The Pacers are ranked 7th in tempo, with an average of 102.5 possessions per game, while the Kings are 15th, utilizing 101.7 possessions per game. While the Kings have struggled to maintain offensive consistency recently, they should still be able to put up points in this game. The Pacers have yet to show much interest in playing solid defense, and they rank 23rd in defensive efficiency, allowing 113 points per 100 possessions. Given these defensive vulnerabilities, it's likely that both teams will have plenty of opportunities to score, making this a game to root for high-paced offense. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Denver Nuggets versus New Orleans Pelicans. On Saturday night, the Denver Nuggets will travel to New Orleans to face off against the struggling Pelicans in a crucial Western Conference matchup. The Nuggets, fresh off a 3-game winning streak, saw that streak come to an end with a narrow 2-point loss to the Portland Trail Blazers on Thursday. Meanwhile, the injury-ravaged Pelicans will enter their game against the New York Knicks with a dismal 5-23 record. With the season slipping away, the Pelicans are quickly heading toward the NBA lottery as they continue to battle both injuries and poor performance. The Nuggets are still without key players such as Dario Saric and Vlatko Cankar, while the Pelicans remain short-handed, missing star players Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and Jose Alvarado. Despite these absences, the Nuggets are set to be well-rested and ready for action when they take on the Pelicans on Sunday evening. Denver's last game was on Thursday, and they have managed to win 3 out of their last 4 games, showcasing their offensive firepower. This spells trouble for the Pelicans, who have struggled mightily on the offensive end this season and are ranked last in the NBA in scoring. In stark contrast, the Nuggets are ranked 4th in the league for scoring and will enter this game with fresh legs, ready to outpace a Pelicans team that was thoroughly dominated on the fast break by the Houston Rockets in their most recent loss. With both Ingram and Williamson sidelined until at least the new year, the Pelicans simply do not have the offensive firepower to keep up with Denver. Additionally, the Nuggets' superior rebounding will be on full display as they rank 6th in the league in rebounding, compared to the Pelicans' 21st place ranking. The earlier meeting between these two teams this season happened to be one of the Pelicans' rare victories, marking one of their 5 total wins of the season. That game also coincided with one of the 3 games in which Denver's star center, Nikola Jokic, was sidelined. His absence in that matchup was a significant factor, and with Jokic back in action for this game, Denver is expected to control the flow and momentum. In their last 2 games, the Pelicans have struggled mightily, losing both contests by an average margin of 17.5 points. While New Orleans was 2-4 straight up with Williamson in the lineup, they have been even worse without him, posting a dismal 3-19 record. Although Williamson's presence didn't provide a drastic improvement, his absence has undoubtedly hurt the team even more. On the other hand, Denver has thrived with Jokic in the lineup, boasting a solid 3-1 against the spread record in their last 4 games. The Pelicans, in comparison, are 2-2 against the spread over the same stretch, further highlighting the disparity in performance between the two teams. The Nuggets had been on a roll, winning 3 consecutive games before suffering a heartbreaking defeat to the Portland Trail Blazers in their last outing. However, Denver will be eager to bounce back, and they've found the perfect opponent in the Pelicans, who have struggled consistently throughout the season. The Pelicans will also be playing their second game of a back-to-back set against the Knicks, which could further work to the advantage of the Nuggets. With the Pelicans' ongoing struggles and injuries, Denver should have little trouble securing a comfortable win on Sunday night. As a result, the Denver Nuggets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In their first meeting this season, the two teams combined for just 194 points, hitting the under against a total of 217.5 points. With Jokic in the lineup for this matchup, the projected total has been adjusted upwards, but the Pelicans' ongoing scoring difficulties must still be considered. New Orleans ranks just 20th in the league in possessions per game, averaging 101.9, meaning they aren't likely to push the tempo, even at home. Over the past 5 games, the Pelicans have scored 110 points or fewer in 3 of them, and they've reached that mark in only 3 of their last 18 contests. Meanwhile, Denver's offense has been on fire, averaging an impressive 129 points over their last 4 games. However, they too can be held in check, having scored under 120 points in 3 consecutive games before that offensive surge. Over the past 10 meetings between these two teams, the under has hit 6 times. Therefore, given the Pelicans' struggles to score and Denver's ability to adjust based on the circumstances, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.